We got Hoops Report. Here's winning the 2024 NBA championship would mean for each contender. The Clippers are winning it all, by the way.
About how an NBA championship can change the fate of a team forever?
The dream season is now complete. The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions.
Having tracked the journey of this season's top contenders, I've pieced together what winning the championship would mean for each organization.
The long wait has ended. After a half century, the Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions once again.
Which team stands to gain the most from winning the 2024 NBA championship?
Clippers.
How can a championship affect the current legacies of superstars?
Clippers.
And how will the outcome of this year's championship potentially shape the future of the NBA?
The Heat will let it play out. It's over. At last, the long wait is over.
He's gonna say that every year. At last, the long wait is over. He's gonna say it again when the Clippers win. At last, they finally win. At last, the long wait is over.
Gentlemen, we're entering the final stretch of the 2024 regular season and about to step into another exhilarating chapter of NBA history. So buckle up your seatbelts, keep your eyes out in front of you, and most importantly, don't blink. It's going to be a wild ride, but trust me when I say, you definitely don't want to miss this for anything.
He told him to get out.
I'll begin my analysis for the lower ranks of each conference, gradually working my way up to the top tier.
What we got for the Hawks? The Hawks looking like contenders. Yeah, they're the contenders, right? Hawks are contenders, right?
Presently at the lower end of the playoff contender spectrum in the Eastern Conference. Securing a championship would mark their first since the era when Bob Pettit spearheaded the then St. Louis Hawks to victory against Bill Russell's Celtics.
They weren't even in Atlanta, bro. I don't count. They were in St. Louis.
1958.
They moved to Atlanta and became trash. What do you do?
Time runs out, and the championship goes to the Hawks, 110 to 109.
It was going to
vindicate.
They scored in the 100s back in the 1950s.
Controversial draft day deal that saw Luka Doncic traded for Trae Young, the team's current superstar.
Oh, I got Trae Young wearing shorts.
But
He
it
wearing
can also
shorts.
propel Young into the conversation as the franchise's greatest player, positioning him alongside Atlanta Hawks legends like Bob Pettit and Dominic Wilkins. Moving on to the Chicago Bulls, who, similar to the Hawks, find themselves near the bottom of the playoff race in the Eastern Conference. Them clinching a championship would be the greatest anomaly in NBA history, a team nearly at the point of disbanding only to secure the ultimate victory. Such a win would be monumental for the city, marking the first championship since Michael Jordan's iconic game-winning shot in Game 6 of the 1998 Finals.
Jordan pushed off. That's the Wi-Fi password in Utah. They still mad about that.
Furthermore, this achievement could elevate DeMar DeRozan to being considered arguably the second greatest player in the
what separates a good welder.
Who report sponsored by Meta? I know use that.
The history of the Bulls franchise. Turning our focus.
You said what? The second
greatest player in the history of the Bulls franchise.
You'll give him over Scottie Pippen.
Turning our focus now to the 76ers. After years of ridicule in the NBA due to their strategy of tanking in order to
You forgot Jahlil Okafor, 2015.
Top draft picks, winning a championship would ultimately give them the last laugh. Such a triumph would also enshrine Joel Embiid into NBA history, transforming his narrative as a player who excels only in the regular season to being considered the best player on the planet. For the franchise, the victory would be a massive achievement, marking their first championship since 1983 when Moses Malone and Dr. J went against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson.
What happened in 2001?
Philadelphia 76ers, Maurice Cheeks quiet, knows they're going to be the one.
Why is he dribbling like this?
The Philadelphia 76ers, Maurice Cheeks quiet, knows they're going to be the one. Champions, folks.
Next in line is the team from South Beach. Should the Heat clinch another championship, Jimmy Butler would have made good on his promise to deliver the Larry O'Brien Trophy to Miami, solidifying his status as the NBA's most baddest man today. I mean, over the last few years, Butler has been relentless, leading a team of undrafted players to the pinnacle of basketball competition without a word of complaint. For the city of Miami, a championship would be their first since the era of the Big Three, Wade, LeBron, and Bosh, who once dominated the Eastern Conference, bringing the franchise its fourth championship title.
It's back-to-back titles for the Heat. The 2013 NBA championship resides.
Following the Miami Heat are the Indiana Pacers, who stand out as one of the 10 existing NBA teams yet to bring home a championship.
Dang!
Should the Pacers bring home Larry this season, Tyrese Halliburton would not only surpass Reggie Miller as the franchise's premier player, but also exact his ultimate revenge on the Kings for trading him away. Furthermore, his status in the league would soar, potentially positioning him as the face of the NBA among the rising stars.
Clinging to a 5-point lead.
Halliburton.
Tries another three. Bang!
Following the Pacers, the Orlando Magic is another team yet to secure the Larry O'Brien.
2009.
Capturing their first would be a classic embodiment of third time.
They missed the final 1995 with Shaq and Penny, and 2009 with Jameer Nelson, Dwight Howard, Hedo Turkoglu, and Rashad Lewis. I think Big Baby Davis was on this team. I'm not sure. Who else was on that team? What's the new? Mikael Petrus. Yeah, Petrus, the three-point shooter.
Reflecting their history of reaching the finals twice without clinching the title. The initial finals appearance in 1995 ended with Shaquille O'Neal's team being outplayed by Hakeem Olajuwon's, and their second attempt in 2009 saw the Dwight Howard squad fall to Kobe Bryant's team. Winning the championship in 2024 would be a significant milestone for the organization. Additionally, should Paolo Banchero be named Finals MVP, he would become the second youngest player to achieve this feat, second only to Magic Johnson.
Down to 5. He'll go to work. Step back. Over Durant. Shot is
His rise could also draw comparisons to Patrick Mahomes of the NFL, given the occasional mix-up between fans and commentators alike.
The real focus.
Okay, it's not Patrick. That's why he ignored me in the beginning. But what is your name, sir?
Paolo Banchero.
Right, okay. Well, I thought I was talking to somebody else. So I'm sorry about that. Whatever.
Next in line are the Cleveland Cavaliers.
2016.
Their previous championship victory was a historic comeback led by LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, who lifted the team from a daunting 3-1 deficit to triumph over what was the best regular season team in NBA history. A feat that I don't think can ever be matched.
seconds. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions.
The hell he run into?
It's over.
Probably run to his family over there.
It's over.
That Richard Jefferson. I know that ain't Richard Jefferson running full speed like that.
Cleveland is a city of champions once again.
Yet, clinching the title this year would catapult Donovan Mitchell into the ranks of the elite.
Spidey!
Often praised for his regular season performances, securing a championship would not only boost his reputation, but also position him as the premier guard in modern basketball. This could very well make him the closest player to Dwayne Wade since Wade himself. Following the Cavaliers, the spotlight shifts to the Knicks.
No, that's not anyone.
If they imagine to win it all this year,
Mark
Cuban would become notoriously known for his history of letting go of elite guards without any compensation. The first being Steve Nash's departure in the summer of 2004, and then again with Jalen Brunson leaving in the summer of 2022. A championship would not only transform Jalen Brunson into one of the NBA's most
New York will go crazy.
Inspiring underdog stories, but also ignite an explosion in New York City, as it would be their first title since 1973, when Walt Frazier and Willis Reed led the Big Apple to victory against the seasoned duo of Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain.
Having some fun, but
you can't even see it, bro. That's how long they gone without a championship. You can't even see the picture.
Also, a Knicks victory would mean enduring Stephen A. Smith's nonstop commentary all summer long, a situation not many of us would find particularly enjoyable.
Bro, yeah. You're right about that. Not just Stephen A. Smith, a whole lot of people.
Particularly enjoyable. Turning our attention to the Milwaukee Bucks, a victory from them would remove Damian Lillard from the notorious list of greatest players to never win a ring.
Steps back, fires, bangs it in again. Oh my goodness.
While the city and the Bucks
2021
aren't exactly desperate for a championship,
they got like 3 championships
celebrated
or 2
one recently in 2021 thanks to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Another win this year would significantly enhance Giannis's legacy.
And
secure the
how
title
about Dame?
Giannis could very well find himself on the cusp of being among the top 10 greatest players in basketball history.
How about Dame?
Concluding the Eastern Conference with the Boston Celtics,
2008.
Winning a championship this year would be historic, propelling them past the Lakers to become the franchise with the most championships at 18. A step up from their 17th one in 2008 when Paul Pierce and the Big Three triumphed over Kobe Bryant and the Lakers in 6 games.
Number 17, soon to be raised to the Raptors.
Where's Big Baby at? Where's Big Baby? Oh, he's the one that took the ball up to the air?
Soon to be raised to the Raptors.
This victory would also be a significant milestone for Jason Tatum. lifting the weight of
Listen,
near
Tatum. He's
misses
showing you
off
how to
his
save the
shoulders.
universe, bro.
In today's NBA,
He's showing you how to save you, but clearly you're not listening to him.
Tatum.
It went in one air and not the other, buddy. You would have had a ring by now. You listen to Iguodala and save the universe. But nah, you just want to chuck up threes all day. Contested threes.
Lifting the weight of near misses off his shoulders. In today's NBA, Tatum stands out as the definition of a player who has time and time again come close to winning it all without actually winning it.
Like the 49ers.
So, crossing the finish line
Just like the 49ers. They're the 49ers of the NBA. And the 49ers of the Celtics of the NFL. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de.
Not only cement his status as the league's new marquee player, but also dispel any lingering critiques of the Celtics' offensive strategies, particularly their alleged struggles in driving left. That wraps up the Eastern Conference. Shifting our focus to the Western Conference, it's a completely different beast. While the East sees teams like Chicago and Atlanta in the 9th and 10th spots, the West has the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors occupying the same seeds. But despite their lower standings, both teams are perennial contenders, always posing a threat to take home the championship. Turning our focus first to the Golden State
2022.
Warriors. Should they win it all again this season, Steph Curry would catapult into the debate as the greatest player of all time who's not named Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Gets the ball, puts up a three-pointer. Bang! Steph Curry nails the three-pointer.
Another ring would also bring his total to 5, surpassing LeBron James by 1. This achievement would ignite serious offseason debates about Curry's precise standing among basketball legends. Furthermore, a championship victory could also.
Oh my God, he's gonna hop on his podcast the moment they win a championship. I told you, they don't let us win no. I told you they don't let us win a number. And quite frankly, they ain't let us win. They just couldn't stop it.
Podcast, which has been lagging behind the ones hosted by Paul George and JJ Redick. All jokes aside, while the Warriors aren't exactly
he said his podcast not getting clout like Paul George and JJ.
For titles, having secured 4 in the last decade, another win.
You know, hey, if you win a championship, everyone gonna tune in there. Even if they make the playoffs and lose, or they gonna be in the play, and if they lose the play, and everyone gonna tune into that next episode. That's how they do it. That's what we do. That's what we do. Y'all petty. We petty. We petty together. You petty, I petty, we petty together, man. Hey, Warriors losing the play, and we tune into the next episode of Draymond Green Show. Warriors losing the playoffs, we turn into the next episode of Draymond Green Show. The Warriors somehow, someway win a championship, we turn into the next Draymond Green Show. Whoop-de-doo!
Championship count to 8. This would further distance them from the Chicago Bulls, who remain at 6 titles. Moving on to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers and the Celtics are teed up at 17 banners apiece. Securing just one more would catapult them to the pinnacle of NBA history. An additional championship would also award LeBron James his 5th ring, although this still leaves him one short of Michael Jordan when combined with his other achievements, including being the NBA's all-time leading scorer. It would intensify the debate about the greatest of all time throughout the summer.
We got the house!
I think I can skip it, Kosh.
Pods handles the driving. Packet your
reports. I would say Kosh report.
Oh my gosh.
Moreover, another title would serve as an illustrious finale to LeBron's career, the ultimate accolade. Winning a ring for each finger on one hand would not only affirm him as the best first overall draft pick in NBA history, but also a player who has surpassed every expectation set since his debut. Next in line are the Sacramento Kings.
Damn, winning.
A championship win this year
51?
would be their first since the dawn of the NBA back in 1951.
It wasn't even Sacramento.
The Rochester Royals and clinched victory against the New York Knicks in a grueling 7-game series under the leadership of Arnie Rice.
They played in 7 games back then? He gotta go on 2K. There's not even no video for it.
Such a victory would also spark intense debates about the impact.
They haven't won a championship so long that they lost the video.
Of coaching in the offseason. Considering the Kings haven't tasted playoff action in nearly 2 decades, Mike Brown's ability to orchestrate a turnaround within just 2 years, especially in an era of unprecedented talent, would be a testament not only to his coaching prowess, but to the importance of coaching. Following the Kings, we turn our attention to the Phoenix Suns. Should the Suns capture the grand prize, it
they never won a championship.
The narrative surrounding Kevin Durant that he can only secure titles alongside Steph Curry.
They never won a chip.
For the franchise, this victory would be groundbreaking, marking their first championship ever. It would also signify overcoming past setbacks, including final losses.
Bro, remember these days where they used to run on the court. They let all the fans run onto the court. All the supporters run onto the court and just storm the court.
Overcoming past setbacks.
If they people were able to do that, more people probably come to NBA games. They're allowed to come onto the court after the game and just storm the court.
Including final losses in 1976 to the Celtics, in 1993 to the Bulls, and as recently as 2021 to the Milwaukee Bucks. Additionally, lifting up their first banner would validate the Suns' decision to trade for Kevin Durant, a move in which they invested heavily into. Next up, the New Orleans Pelicans. A championship win this season for the Pelicans would mean that all the critics, myself included, would owe Zion Williamson an apology for the early season skepticism.
Bro, you still, and I said yesterday, and I'm going to take back what I said yesterday, that Zion loves basketball. No, he doesn't. Because when you love something, you do everything you can. You cherish it, and you try to nurture it, and you try to get it to grow.
Moreover, such a victory would represent a historic achievement for the franchise. Believe it or not, the Pelicans have not only never won a title, but have also never advanced beyond the second round since their inception in 2003. Following the Pelicans are the Dallas Mavericks.
2011, Dirk.
Should Mark Cuban's team secure the championship this year?
But guess what, though? They gonna lose in the first round, unfortunately. They just drew the Clippers. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's tough.
For letting Jalen Brunson leave without compensation. More significantly, a win would solidify Luka Doncic's status as the best player in today's game, while Kyrie Irving would have the final say in the chaotic saga involving himself, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Nets owner Joe Tsai. Moreover, a championship victory would rekindle the joy among Mavericks fans, reminiscent of their 2011 triumph when Dirk Nowitzki led the team past the Miami Heat's Big Three. This victory remains the franchise's sole championship since its foundation in 1980.
The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions, the first title in franchise history.
Following the Mavericks, we have the Clippers. Imagine, if the Clippers clinched the win, it would mark the first time in NBA history that they've outshined the Lakers, effectively breaking their long-standing curse. This victory would not only be the franchise's first ever championship, but also serve as a fitting farewell to their years playing in the shadows of the Lakers.
That's right. Could get a new arena next year.
Additionally, a championship win would allow James Harden and Russell Westbrook to erase their names from the list of greatest players never to win a ring. Kawhi Leonard might also secure his third Finals MVP, sparking debates about his position among the league's all-time greats. Next up are the Minnesota Timberwolves. A championship would represent a monumental achievement for this franchise, which previously reached its apex during the postseason in 2004.
Yeah, they ain't reaching that far, bro. I don't believe in the Timberwolves, bro. They're too young, inexperienced, and too stupid.
Leading them to the Western Conference Finals. Also, throughout their history, the Timberwolves have been criticized for notable missteps, such as selecting two guards ahead of Steph Curry, who was drafted 7th. Winning a championship would rewrite their story, offering a fresh narrative for the future. And perhaps most importantly, it would also firmly establish Anthony Edwards as the undisputed face of the NBA, signifying the dawn of a new era dominated by the league's emerging young talents.
Edwards gets it back.
Following the Timberwolves, we have the Denver Nuggets.
They ain't going back to back.
Should the Nuggets secure another championship, it would lead to two significant developments. Firstly, Nikola Jokic is poised to solidify his status as one of the top 10 greatest players in basketball history.
Then in game 1, Jokic touch pass to Gordon. That's ridiculous.
With another MVP award within reach this season, he's aiming for a tally that includes 3 regular season MVPs, 2 finals MVPs, and the distinction of recording the highest player efficiency rating season ever witnessed in NBA history, an extraordinary set of achievements. Secondly, a championship for the Nuggets could signal the rise of a new dynasty. Achieving back-to-back championships with the core players in the prime of their careers would mark the beginning of a new chapter in the NBA, marking the era of the Joker. Concluding with the OKC Thunder, capturing the championship this year.
This video was made a few weeks ago. Like, I think 2 weeks ago when Thunder was in first place. Now we know the Nuggets are in first place and the Timberwolves are in second and Thunder's third.
Seen as the most remarkable rebuild in NBA history. Back in 2020, with CP3's arrival, SGA was only in his second year, and within just a handful of years, the team would have assembled all the necessary pieces for a deep finals run. This achievement becomes even more impressive in light of their absence from the playoffs just the previous year. Winning the championship would mark only the second in the franchise's history, the first occurring in 1979 when they were known as the Seattle Supersonics. This year, led by Gus Williams, they've triumphed over the Washington Bullets in 5 games.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the celebration begin in Seattle.
I can't even see it.
As we step
So
into
long
the
they lost,
beginnings
won
of
a championship.
2024 postseason, the scenarios laid out might seem far-fetched, but one undeniable truth stands, that one of these forecasts will become reality. History is crafted incrementally year by year, and as this year progresses, I'm eager to see which narrative will be inscribed forever.
Yeah, I think this.
NBA history.
I'm gonna finish now. I'm gonna finish. Now I'll speak. All right. Hey, I think this play's gonna be interesting. I got the Clippers winning it all, man. It's so unpredictable. I don't know who you're gonna play in the finals. It could be the Heat. They in the back number 8, number 7, the same position they were last year. The 76ers down there at number 8 as well. You never know. Embiid gonna go crazy. Maxey gonna go crazy. Who else? Who else? The Suns, they might make it all the way to the conference finals because they number 7, I believe, and they might make a run to the conference finals. Same with the Lakers, but they're gonna lose to Clippers anyway. Russ gonna get his ring.